Okay, welcome back, guys. We've talked about numbers. You now know how to count to 10 and beyond in Latin. This episode, we're going to start talking about verbs. Verbs are actually pretty complex in any language, but we're going to keep it simple for a long time. All right? We're going to start with a class of verbs, a group of verbs called the present tense. Sounds kind of scary, but what it means is it's happening now. So, you're in church and you're squirming. Shouldn't be. Or maybe you're watching awesome Latin videos and you're squirming. Yeah, that's happening right now. See? Present tense. You're eating breakfast, hopefully cereal. Hopefully good cereal. That's happening right now. It's present tense. However, you shouldn't be eating breakfast while watching Latin videos, because studies have shown that you don't learn Latin very well while eating breakfast. No, I'm teasing. Studies have not shown that. I made that up. Okay, I slither if you're a snake. I lunge if you're a runner or a racer. I filch. You shouldn't be filching. I hate filching. By the way, one time 3 filchers went into a store, 3 robbers, and they were stealing things. And they noticed, they were in a grocery store, and they noticed that there was a police car out front. So they quickly dumped, they ran to the produce section and quickly dumped 3 large bags of potatoes on the floor and jumped inside the potato sacks. And the police officers unlocked the door and came inside and were looking around and noticed all the potatoes on the floor. So they walked over and thought, well, that's strange. And so they kicked the first potato sack, and the robber inside went meow. And the police officer said, oh, it's just a cat. And then they kicked the second sack, and the second robber, or filcher, went roof. Like, oh yeah, it's a dog. Then they came to the third sack, and they kicked that sack, and the robber inside was not very bright, and he said, potato. Yeah, not a very smart robber. Anyway, present tense, it's happening now. Don't tell your parents I told that joke because it's lame. Yeah, tell them you made it up yourselves. It's happening right now if it's in the present tense. So, present tense generally talks about things that are always true, like birds fly, dogs bark, fish swim, crabs pinch, the sun shines. Yesterday, my little girl, who is 4, tested to see if hamsters fly, and they don't, actually. Poor hamster. He's still alive, but I'm not sure he's happy. Yeah. Definite present tense. So there's the indefinite present tense. Okay, that's what we were just talking about. Things that are generally always true. Hamsters don't fly, crabs pinch, the sun shines, birds fly, fish swim, for example. You can think of your own. Definite present tense is something that maybe you're doing right now, like I am writing, I am learning Latin, I am robbing. No, I am not robbing stores and pretending to be a potato. I am running, I am racing, I am studying. Those are all happening right now. They're very definite, they're very precise. Okay, we can do all of this in Latin too. Now the trick is with Latin, we actually have more words in English than the Romans did. The Romans had about 75,000 words. We've talked about this in another episode. And English is a language filled with words. Some estimates are 1 million words in our language. That's a lot of words. One word in Latin might be able to might equal several words in English. For example, if I took the word vocal, vocal is present tense, it's happening right now. It means I call in Latin. That's where we get vocation, not vacation, vocation, your calling, your job. Voco means I call. But voco can also mean, and this is important to remember, I am calling. And it can also mean I do call. Now for you older students, there are some terms that you may want to remember. Vocal, I call, present tense, general present tense. Vocal, I am calling. In English, when you add am, or he, she, it is, or we are, that's called the progressive. I am calling. It's happening, but I'm doing it. It's progressive. It's taking place. I do call is the emphatic form. I do call. So you're putting emphasis on the word. Yeah, I do call those people, but they never call me back. Actually, my friends say that about me because I'm bad about answering my phone. Anyway, they could use the emphatic about me. Present tense, guys, it's not that hard. It's happening now. Or it's happening in general always. The world turns. The waves crash into the shore. It's just something that always happens. Or it's something that's happening right now. If it's always happening, indefinite. If it's something that you're doing right now or a friend is doing right now, it's definite. Present tense, not that tough. We're going to go over it a lot in Latin in the application section of this episode, and you'll see it so much that you'll get quite used to it. Now, back to what you were doing before I interrupted you with this Latin lesson.